Let's take a look at flammable ethanol vapors and the classic science experiment, the Whoosh jug. Let's go. Today I've got a series of experiments to do with alcohol vapor. This is so cool, but I'm playing with fire, so let's get this out of the way right now. Don't do this at home, and if you do this at home, make sure you have the proper safety equipment to do this safely. Okay, so if you do this, you're on your own. With that being said, let's get into this and play with some fire. Woo! Okay, so we have a couple of different jars, and I'm going to be showing you the classic experiment, the Whoosh jar, and then taking it a bit farther and showing you a few other cool scientific phenomenon that take place that you can use this as well. All right, number one, let's actually try this out. So, you want to take a little bit of isopropyl alcohol and pour it inside of a fireproof jar or a container. You don't need very much, and then you're going to want to cover the entire inside of that container with the isopropyl alcohol. And we'll just go like this. The reasoning is because as it evaporates, we are filling this jar with alcohol vapor, which is extremely flammable. So we're just going to let that sit for a little bit and then light it on fire. And listen to the sound. Actually, maybe I will hold this up closer so you can hear it. Very cool. So that's why it's called the Whoosh jar. So right now, I might be able to get this a few more times. Yeah, that's very cool. Alcohol vapor is very, very flammable, and it sometimes is invisible, so even if you don't see any flames, it actually still might be on fire, so don't just put this underneath the drapes or curtains or whatever you do with flammable things. Let's take this off to the side. Experiment number two. One interesting aspect about the flammable alcohol vapors is it warms up the air. Of course, because it's fire. Air expands when it gets hot. So let's try this inside of a 2-liter bottle of pop. Pour in some isopropyl alcohol. I'm using 70% by the way, but you could use 95%. It just gives a slightly different type of reaction. All right, so once again, covering the inside. This time, we're going to do this Whoosh jar experiment, and we're going to have this little jet of flame, and then we're going to put the lid back on. As the air cools inside, because it was superheated by the alcohol vapors exploding, as the air cools inside, this pop bottle is actually going to be crushed by the air pressure around us because the air inside is cooling and contracting. So we'll put that there. That should be enough. Maybe I'll try to get the sound again. Right here. That was a cool sound. Very good. Oh, right, now put the lid back on. So right now, let's put this on. Right now, the air inside of this jar is very, very hot. But as it cools down, it's going to start collapsing in on itself. And you can actually already see that happening. That's cool. I'll just tighten that up so that no air can get in. That's really cool. This is a great way to show that as the air cools, it's actually contracting. Look at that. That's so cool. And this will continue for a little bit, but I think that served its purpose. It can get quite a bit smaller than this, but let's just crack this open. It should go back to its original shape, just like that. Very good. Last experiment. This one kind of goes back to a previous episode where I showed you how to make a cloud in a bottle, which I'll link up here maybe or somewhere. But you can click on that if you want to see the full episode. I have a tiny little pressurizer cap. So what's going to happen is I'm going to screw this on here, and I'm going to pressurize the inside of this pop bottle. And with the increase of pressure, it increases the heat. And with more heat, that means more alcohol vapor can be inside of the air. So here we go. I'm just going to pressurize that up. Okay, so that's at a decent pressure. I can feel like that's That's a really hard pop bottle. Now, what do you think would happen if I were to release the pressure all at once? Well, that release in pressure will dramatically lower the temperature inside of this bottle. Remember, this air has the maximum amount of vapor, of alcohol vapor, already inside of it. If we lower the temperature by releasing the pressure, that vapor needs to condense somehow. So if I do this, it's going to turn into a cloud. Just like that. Now we have a cloud in a bottle. And that's pretty much how clouds form. Except for not in a bottle. Isn't that cool? I think that's cool. Let's try to light those vapors on fire. I actually don't know what's going to happen. And now it's gone. But I melted my pop bottle, so now we're probably done. That is so cool! Let's watch it collapse again. To finish up this episode, I'm going to turn out the lights and I'm going to show you a few more of the Whoosh jar experiments where we light the alcohol vapor on fire. We're going to turn out the lights and make it as pretty as possible.